Arthur.
There he is.
Hey, buddy, let me put on some lighting, see if this helps anything at all. There we go.
How do I sound? Okay?
Yeah, audio's good, video's good.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's begin. If you would, why don't you introduce yourself, and we'll just take it from there.
Cool. Hello, I am Hal Elrod, the author of the #1 best-selling book, The Miracle Morning, amongst being a dad and a husband and all of those things. But I'm probably best known for my book, The Miracle Morning. And yeah, I don't know what I can share. I could talk about myself for an hour if you really want.
Well, I know everybody would be interested in hearing your little story that you were pitching to producers. It seemed to catch their interest, so why don't you share that with the audience?
Yeah, when I was 20 years old, I was a top salesperson for Cutco Cutlery, right? Which is kind of a weird career to sell kitchen knives in people's homes. But I somehow found my niche there, and I broke all these company records. And as a top salesperson, I was asked to give speeches at almost every event that our company had. You know, kind of motivational speeches or like sales training or whatever. And one night I gave a speech to my peers, and I got a standing ovation that night, which was kind of cool because for me, at that time, my dream was when I was done with my sales career, I wanted to be a professional speaker. So that was a very affirming night, like, wow, I got a standing ovation. Maybe I'm good enough to do this someday. And that night, driving home from my speaking engagement, I was in my brand new Ford Mustang. A drunk driver got on the freeway going the wrong direction in a much larger vehicle, 80 miles per hour in a full-size Chevy truck. I don't remember the headlights coming at me, but at around 11:36 p.m., my little Ford Mustang ran head-on into this full-size Chevy truck and crushed the front of my car. The airbags exploded, and the worst was yet to come as my car spun off the drunk driver, and the car behind me hit me in the door at 70 miles an hour, crushing the left side of the car, breaking 11 bones from my eye socket to my femur was broken in half. My pelvis was broken in 3 places. I punctured my lung. I ruptured my spleen, and I bled to death. About an hour later, they finally cut the roof off and pulled me out of the car, and I had lost so much blood that I actually died and was dead for 6 minutes. Rushed to the hospital, came out of a coma. 6 days later, the doctor said I had permanent brain damage, which my wife can vouch for, and that I would never walk again. And you know, 3 weeks later, I took my first step, and the rest is kind of history, as they say.
Awesome. It's a great story. I actually tell this story in all of my Celebrity Launchpad trainings as one of the emotional hooks that can be used to press a producer's hot buttons. Now, you came to Celebrity Launchpad early on. I believe you came to August 2013. That was like Celebrity Launchpad 3 or 4. And you got quite a bit of attention as a result of that. Why don't you talk about the TV appearances that you've done and what you learned from those experiences?
Yeah, I mean, I think going into it, like probably anybody, I was nervous, thinking, what if nobody picks me? What if I don't get any shows? What if I don't get on any shows? And I think we pitched, at that time, I think like 13 producers, give or take, and I think I booked, like 11 shows or something. I mean, so it went pretty well. Local shows all over the country, and then, Good Morning Albuquerque or Good Day Sacramento, that type of thing. And then I did a couple of national shows. I did NBC's Daytime, which was really cool. And I think that beyond the the immediate results where you see the needle move on your sales, you sell some books or your people go to your website or whatever your objective is, whatever you're trying to get them to do while you're there. I think that beyond that, it's the evergreen component of doing television because of YouTube now, right? And all these online video sources, where in the past you'd be on a TV show, like a long time ago before YouTube. You'd be on a TV show, and whoever watched it, and if they weren't sitting in front of the TV watching it, that footage may have never really benefited you beyond that initial appearance. And because of the internet now and YouTube, that's what I love is if you Google Hal Elrod or you go to YouTube and you search Hal Elrod, right, you're seeing all these television appearances. My website, and I've used even the screenshots from those TV appearances, right, just the screenshots to give credibility. And so the element of, there's still that stigma, you will, of if someone's on television, right? They're special, they're important, they're an expert, they're a leader in whatever they do. And so, because it's such a small percentage of people that are getting on television in whatever your niche is, if you're a chiropractor or you sell something, or an author or whatever, you're putting yourself in an elite, small group of people that are leveraging television and leveraging celebrity, the way that you're doing. And now, if Clint has anything to do with that, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's going to be like, wow, everybody's on TV, But take advantage of it now, while you can. I wouldn't wait.
Awesome. So what's been the impact on your career as an author and on sales of your book?
I will say that it's hard to have a direct measure of book sales because I do so much to promote it at all times. There's podcasts are airing today that I recorded 2 months ago, and on and on and on. So it's hard to have a direct measure of how many books I've sold. And like I said, it's the evergreen component, though, of I'm still selling books now because of YouTube television appearances that happened whenever you said August 2013. So to have something that will continue to drive sales of The Miracle Morning and give me credibility, on and on and on. There's so many benefits, and then they're hard to measure because somebody sees my YouTube video and then that leads them to go to the website and that leads them to buy the book. So for me, it's I've always thought about marketing from a holistic approach, like do everything, right? Be everywhere at all times, do everything. And so Celebrity Launchpad was, that kind of handled one component of marketing, the television component and the online video component, right? That was handled in 2 days, and it's given to you. That's what I love about Celebrity Launchpad is it's done for you. Like Clint, I don't know if I'm sure I told you this way back when, but for anybody watching, probably 5 years, maybe even more, 8 years maybe before Celebrity Launchpad, I paid $5,000. Actually, $10,000, 5 and then 10. Anyway, a lot of money, $5,000 to $15,000, a total of $15,000 to go and pitch television producers. But it wasn't, or you didn't pitch them. They taught you how to pitch, and then you had to go home, and all you had was like any event. Who's been to an event? You go home with pages and pages of notes, right? You got like a cool binder that and you go home, and then you have to figure out how to find the time and the energy and the courage to go out and actually pitch, reach out to all these producers and hope they see your email and they don't get caught in the spam folder and they actually care to read it, on and on. And that's what I loved is I paid $10,000. I got 3 shows from that training, right? And I had to set them, and that was me reaching out to dozens and dozens and dozens of shows to get those 3. Then I went to Celebrity Launchpad and they were handed to me. And I was booked right there. So that was the biggest difference. I mean, I've literally since then, my wheels were turning and I go, how can I apply that to what I offer to my clients? Where it's done for you. It's not where we just teach you stuff and you have to go figure it out after that on your own.
Yeah.
It's like we literally do it, give it to you, do it for you, set it up, and before you leave the event, you have the result, not just the knowledge. So that's probably what I liked best about the event itself.
Look, I've been watching your book on Amazon. Talk about how well your book has been doing, because it's really impressive, man. I know what sales ranks represent, but share with the people like what has happened for your book overall. And I understand it's not only from television. Look, Hal Elrod is smart. Television is only one piece of the media wheel. However, I will say that I'd also like you to touch on the fact that how has television facilitated your getting other media and other speaking opportunities?
Yeah.
And then the impact of that on sales.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, in terms of how the book is doing, it's beyond anything I ever imagined. I mean, I guess there was part of my vision is like this book could change the world by, if we can reach millions of people, this will change the world, right?
Yeah.
And seeing it do that is a different thing, and you go, wow, like, because there's always that voice of fear and doubt, like, well, who am I to write a book, and what if nobody buys it, and what if they buy it and I get bad reviews and they don't like it, right? So all of that. But in terms of, I guess the simplest way to put results wise, it's earning a multi-6-figure income. So it's a self-published book that's earning a multi-6-figure income every year. And a lot of that is the marketing that I've done. It's all of it. It's it's the television and the podcast and all this stuff, and it's perpetual out there on the internet. So it's all working for me all the time.
Yeah.
As far as Actually, yeah, this is a great one. So as far as how it's helped me get speaking engagements, which, I'm a $10,000 plus keynote speaker. So, I mean, one speaking engagement that I've gotten as a result of, the daytime video, for example, from Celebrity Launchpad, paid for paid for Celebrity Launchpad. And I've gotten multiple speaking engagements, and that's been a component. When I send anything to my clients, if I have someone that goes, hey, I want to book you to speak, but I've got, like 4 other people that have to make that decision with me, and they've got other people that they want, and they're, you're competing with other people for their attention. I always send them the daytime talk show video because it encapsulates it gives me credibility. I go, oh, show them this. This is my appearance on daytime, and then I'll send them my speaker reel, but I'll say, show them the daytime video first, because that'll give me a level of instant credibility that the other speakers may not have. It also did a great job of summarizing my entire story and my message, and because the daytime hosts were impressed, right? They're like, wow, this is amazing. That translates to credibility for the buyer. They're like, wow, these talk show hosts that interview people all the time were impressed with Hal. Maybe it's credible. Then I follow that up with, there's 2 videos in the email that I send, the daytime video and then the speaking video, and it's like, okay, wow, so this guy's legitimate, he's super credible, now let's see if he's a good speaker. And so that kind of just, comes in and seals the deal. But if all I did was send him a good speaker video, how many other speakers are sending them great speaker videos, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This is what can, the television and the credibility is what can really differentiate you.
Awesome. And how high up on Amazon has your book gotten? Because, I mean, every time I look at it, it's in the top 1,000 books on Amazon. Not in the category. Like, everybody's the #1 best-selling author in their category. That's nothing. Sure. That's bullshit. Sure. How about for real on Amazon overall?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the highest number, but, I mean, it's definitely been, so I can tell you this. So, the book came out, and by the way, this is also speaking to perpetual, like the value of marketing over time, is when the book came out in December 2012, I did a big push. We sold 1,400 copies that month on Amazon. So 1,400 copies in December 2012. December 2014, we sold 7,000 copies on Amazon.
Yeah!
So the book sales, and then I have a graph that I finally had my assistant create. I go, hey, go in and bring our numbers in from every single month and, create a graph. I want to see and you just see this, It's just that consistent marketing over time has continued to kind of, drive the sales. So yeah, so I mean, that's where, and we're at about total book sales on Amazon, we're like 65,000. Wow. And then off Amazon from back of the room sales, I've sold like 15,000 at speaking engagements and, corporate people, corporations buying like 500 copies for their sales force, that sort of thing.
Wow, that is amazing. You should really be thinking about the feature film of The Miracle Morning.
We start filming it this end of this month.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. My buddy is has done one full-length feature film, and he's just a brilliant filmmaker. And his crew, this is the cool part. His crew, when they were doing they did a movie called Sharp, independent film. But when they were doing Sharp, his crew met an hour earlier than their start time, and they all did The Miracle Morning to put themselves in a peak state, and awesome. Then they filmed that movie. Awesome. And he reached out to me and said, dude, we got to do a documentary for The Miracle Morning. No. This film begins with your car accident, bro. That's the plan for the documentary. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Kind of a hybrid, if you will. If you like, a docudrama. Yeah, like The Secret, and What the Bleep Do We Know? It was like oh, that's awesome, Hal! Congratulations, that's awesome, and I hope you have a nice piece of that movie, which you deserve to own. Yeah, I'll own. I mean, it's my film. Yeah. Fantastic. That's amazing. Awesome. Do you you should put some of your TV stuff in there too, man. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. That's a great point. No, in fact, you should. I'm glad I thought of this. I'll have to send this to you, Clint. I just had same guy that's making my documentary. He just made a video, a 3-minute speaker preview video, and you have to see the whole beginning is clips of all my TV segments, right? Telling my story, like it's me on one segment saying one line, right? So that's something I didn't even think about, is that element of when you can combine all, and that way, same principle of sending that TV daytime interview is my speaker video overall goes, wow, look at all the TV shows he's been on. this guy's a total celebrity expert. It creates that perception. So
awesome.
You're absolutely right.
Can't wait to see that reel, man. I really am excited to see that.
I'll email that to you, and you can see. I'll email you. I'll email you both the daytime video just so you have it, and then I'll send you the speaking reel.
Awesome. Well, look, folks, what you have seen here is a young man. How old are you, Hal?
I look younger than I probably am. 36.
Here is a young man who's out there hustling celebrity in all different ways. You heard him, folks. He sold 65,000 books on Amazon, 15,000 books at the back of the room. How much does your book sell for, Hal?
Sells for, the retail is $19.95. Amazon does whatever they want, so Amazon sells it for right now $16.
Yeah, but that does not affect your royalty from Amazon.
My royalty is $8 a book.
Do the math, folks. The kid is doing great, and man, if you're interested in adding some celebrity juice to your hustle like Hal Elrod, yo pal Hal is doing with his, go check out GuaranteedCelebrity.com because I am looking forward to seeing you on television.